Alright, what's going on? Sway Blue. This is Enders. Gonna be coaching you guys. And this will be the first of hopefully many replay analysis videos. I'm doing it this way because it's a little easier than trying to get the whole team together and talk through them. So this way I can show you what I'm seeing and you guys can all watch it on your own time. So couple things before we start. You guys have to understand that if you're going to get better, you have to accept that most of what you've done in the past has been wrong. It sounds really harsh, but you know, there's a reason that you guys are where you're at. There's a reason that you guys aren't pro level gamers, and it's just because you haven't gotten that advanced yet. So you have to understand that when I'm pointing out mistakes, I'm not doing it to try to make you guys feel bad. I'm not trying to do it to single out any player. I'm pointing out the mistakes so that you guys can understand what you have to change to improve. It might seem frustrating to hear me call out your name and say you did this wrong, but you have to understand that without me telling you that, you're going to do it wrong until someone else tells you that it's wrong. So please try not to take offense to me saying that, you know, a mistake happened or something, because I'm doing it for your guys' good. I'm not trying to get you guys down. So another thing, there's going to be 3 main errors that I'm going to talk about. You know, when you guys in the replay, you know, if you guys get scored on or if something doesn't go right, it's most likely because of one of these 3 things. It could be a mechanical error, which can be classified as I'm going to hit the ball. Oh wait, well I actually hit the ball, you know. But you know what I mean, like, you know, saying I'm going to hit it and then missing, that's a mechanical error. Or, you know, trying to save the ball but not making the save, but, you know, everything else was fine, and that's just a mechanical error. And that's not something that you can really change overnight. That's something that's just going to come with the hours. So if I say that a goal was because of a mechanical error, don't worry about it too much. It just means you need to play the game a little bit more, and you'll stop making those, you know, you'll stop making those whiffs or what have you a lot sooner. The next type of error is a rotational error. This one is probably the most common one that we'll talk about. That means, you know, maybe the wrong person went for the ball, or you may have back passed it to nobody, or something like that, where, you know, with proper rotation, the mistake probably wouldn't have happened. And the third one, which kind of falls in line with a rotation error, is a communication error. Now, both the communication and a rotation error can happen at the same time, and they normally do. But I'm going to talk about them separately because they are both 2 different issues. It is possible to rotate correctly without communication, and it's also possible to communicate correctly and rotate incorrectly. Now, I can't hear you guys' comms, but I'm probably going to take a guess that if there's a double commit, it's most likely because of a communication error, that somebody didn't call it, something like that. So with that out of the way, let's get into this replay that Crypto sent me, titled Bad Bad. It looks like it's a replay that he saved because it went so badly and he wanted to know why. So there's probably a lot of mistakes in it, so please don't feel bad, like I said, whenever I start pointing things out. So let's get into it. Alright, so I'm going to use this really zoomed out view to look for rotational errors, and then if I spot something else, I might go into a player view. Actually, I'm a little bit too close here. Alright, so let's get back to the beginning. Alright, obviously, being AFK at the start of the game is something that should be avoided, but so far it hasn't really had a huge impact. Double commit there with Rockstar and Crypto. Yeah, I would say that was Crypto's ball, since he was coming from net. Generally, if there's somebody in net and you're not in net, you want to be rotating into net. Looks like Rockstar might have backflipped on purpose to get out of there. There's decent speed from Rockstar there, but a little bit risky. So right here, your rotations look fine. After that pop, Crypto does a little hop thinking he can read it, but he can't. Puts it in a little bit of an odd situation, but he recovers it. Alright, so right here, let's get in a little closer here. After that miss, Rockstar probably wants to rotate out. And then Chan is spending a little bit too much time up there. So once this ball goes over your head, most likely turn around and get back as fast as you can, because you know there's going to be a counter attack. So right here, Crypto, based on where the ball is coming from, where the potential shooter is, which I don't know if you can see from your position, but I don't really want to find out right now, shadowing this is your best bet. So driving to about, back post area while the ball is coming towards you, since you're last back and both your teammates are up there, your best bet is to rotate, shadow the ball to the back post, and get ready for a shot or a block. But stopping and reversing right there is a pretty low chance of success option. I would definitely say the right call is to move into back post and get ready for the shot. Chan probably thought that was on, so that could be classified as a communication error, because if a shot is coming in, it's pretty good to say it's on or it's not on. Decent, thought to interrupt the play. It's just an unfortunate angle for everything to happen. After that pop, they were in a really good shooting position. So yeah, I would say a rotation error there, maybe a mechanical error there, and then that was just a hard save. I know what happens here. So the cheat was okay. Cheat was alright. It shoots off to the side. Crypto probably could have gone for it, but Rockstar needs to make a decision. Right here, he has to make a decision to go for the ball or to hang back and wait for the lob into the half. He decides to go for it, but then right here, he thinks he's getting beat, so he turns away. Now, in that position, you would be better off to either fully commit or don't commit at all, but this half commit puts you in a really awkward position. I think you probably could have 50'd it, Rockstar, but because you turned away and you got that little bounce, it put you in a pretty awkward position to shadow. And again, I think the right call after the hesitation right here, after that, probably your best bet is to shadow it and wait a little bit rather than going for it right away. And then Crypto's expecting a boomer here. He shoots it low. That's just unfortunate. You weren't wrong to assume that it was going to be a boomer, potentially to the top shelf. But yeah, that's an unfortunate scenario. That all looked great. Let me see. So right here, since Rockstar's already in net, it's a good idea, Crypto, for you to rotate onto the back post. Kind of sitting about, Crypto mouse, about right here. Because that's the best position to defend anything they shoot up at the backboard. Rockstar is pretty much covering the whole net. You can cover the top corners for him, but that's where you ideally want to be. And for this particular shot, even after the shot, I think you still could have drove onto the back post and jumped for the ball. Going for that touch, it was really good, just a slight miss. Like I said, mechanical error. Say mechanical mistake. Rockstar may have left net a little early, but it worked out for him. Now this, Chan let's see what it looks like from your perspective before I say anything. Okay, so you saw Crypto go behind you right there. So you can probably assume that he'll be there, but Crypto should also be calling that out. I believe that is Crypto's ball. He's in the corner and you're in net, and it's going to the corner, so it's better for him to go for it and you to maybe cheat out mid a little bit. But using almost 60 boost to get from the goal to the corner for a hit that probably would land about midfield and maybe be a giveaway of possession is not ideal. It looks like your hit probably would have been about like that, Chan. But trust in your teammates is really important. And since you knew he was in the corner, it's a better idea to let him have it and even ask him if he can get it. Say, Crypto, can you get that? And that way the whole rotation works more like a rotation and less like a convergence of two players. Rockstar was a little ambitious turning for that, knowing that Chan and Crypto had just both gone for the ball. If you see your teammates double commit, you probably want to start thinking about getting back. Because then Chan and Rockstar are there. Leaves Crypto in a 1v2, which is, or a 1v1. But even leaving your teammates to a 1v1 isn't the best thing, because it can be hard to defend somebody who's really good on the ground. I will say though, Crypto, if this game ever unpauses, after you probably have ball cam on, so you can probably see both of your teammates up there. Unless you know you can beat them and get an early challenge to buy your teammates some time, you're gonna want to shadow it to your half. Maybe a fake challenge to get them to give the ball to you. Maybe even just sitting back and waiting for a shot, or see if they'll give you possession of the ball. All decent options when you're in a 1v1 with both of your teammates on their side. But what you don't want to do is boost into a challenge when they're dribbling, because especially when you're that far away, they have a lot of time to prepare to get it past you, and more than likely they will. So right here, Crypto, I would have you rotate into the back post. I'm pointing like you can see my hands. Rotate toward the back post side of net, because you know he's probably going to be cutting it. And if you're already in the back post, then when you're driving toward the ball, he won't be able to cut it at a large angle to you, meaning you'll be driving toward where the ball is coming from, so you have a much better chance of blocking it rather than coming from a side angle like you are right now. So yeah, I would say back post shadow defense rather than the quick challenge, especially when you're in a 1v1 with both of your teammates out of the game. So yeah, this started off as a communication error because, technically Rockstar is in the 2 position, and that is a ball that he can get to, but Crypto is in a better position. So Crypto needs to make the call as soon as he can that I got it, and it looks like he probably called it about right here because Rockstar turns upside down and boosts away, which is a good thing to do. But yeah, a little quicker communication possibly there. That was just an unfortunate flyby in the corner here. It happens. So Chan, I like that you're trying to rotate to the back of the net, but you're gonna want to make a little bit of a wider circle, especially if you can see your teammate coming into net. You're probably gonna want to come out along the outside of the box and then grab this boost pad. That's something else I want to talk about real quick. Something that I've sort of noticed from you guys is that when you're low on boost, you're only focused on canisters. But these should not be your main source of boost. Most of the time, with better players, Champ 3, GC, at least half of their boost comes from small pads. When you're low on boost, chances are you're closer to 3 or 4 small pads than you are to a big boost. And chances are getting those 3 or 4 small pads will keep you in a good position, especially if you're on offense and your teammates are going for it and you're in maybe the 3 position, or you're a 2 or a 1 rotating out into the 3 position, and you see this mid boost is gone, but you see this boost down here in the corner is up. Even if you have 0 boost, chances are you probably get this small pad on your way to the side boost. If you turn and grab this boost, and maybe this one and this one, you've grabbed 40 or 50, maybe even 60 boost, and depending on the situation, you might be in the perfect spot to be a 3. You could also grab this boost and then just grab some of the boost ring, and that way you'll be a little closer than if you rotated all the way back to the corner. Because the last thing you want is for your 1 and your 2 to be applying pressure really close to the opponent's net, and to see one of you guys all the way down in the corner getting boost. Because even up here with 30 boost, you could have a scoring opportunity. But back here with 100 boost, the only opportunity you have is to use all of your boost to get to the ball, or just sit back here and wait for the ball to come to you, or be late to the play. So I can't stress this enough, guys. It's really important that you shift your focus away from always grabbing big boosts, especially the back corner when you're on offense. Boost steals are great because it can starve the other team with a prolonged amount of time, but you can't have too much focus on these big boost pads because they can take you out of the play, and you really don't want that. So, I can't stress that enough, especially when rotating, into the 3 position where you're not necessarily rotating back, but you're rotating out of the play. Small pads are what you're going to want to look for because they keep you close to the action with enough boost to do most things. It only takes like maybe 30 or 40 boosts to get all the way up here if you use it right. And if you go back and get 100 from back here, chances are by the time you get up here, you're probably only going to have about 30 boosts because you used most of it to accelerate and get back into the play. So now we got that out of the way. I'm sure you all know, but there is an oval shape of small boosts here. And when you're getting boost starved on defense, these boost pads close to net, especially this little arc right here, and this pad in the middle, are basically going to be your lifeline on defense. When you're rotating into net, you're going to want to grab at least 2 of these small pads, maybe even 3. If you're coming from here, grab this one, and this one, and turn into the back post, and then you've got 36 boost. Whereas if you rotate over here hoping this boost spawns, it doesn't, then you're late to the play with 0 boost. Let's get back in this. So yeah, rotate a little wider there, Chan. Grab those boost pads. Yeah, we'll skip the rest of the play for that. Good touch from Rockstar. I was going to say a bit of a risky commit, but there actually wasn't anyone to get that, so that was a good attempt from Crypto. Just a couple misses there. Decent back pass from Crypto, good awareness. So Rockstar might have stayed up here a little long. It looks like he was probably hoping that Chan could get him a pass, but he probably wanted to already be thinking about getting back. And because he's so far up, this becomes a risky commit for Crypto. Under normal circumstances, this probably would be fine because the 2 would probably be rotating out. But in this particular instance, I'll call it a communication error because Rockstar was really far upfield and Crypto probably didn't realize it. So that becomes a risky commit because then it puts nobody back. Rockstar is coming into back post right when they're in the corner, and I think rushed it a little bit. I think sitting in back post probably would have been better. Maybe not in back post, but like a third of the way across the net. Something like that. Decent shot attempt. Look at this again. That's an okay turn from Chan as long as he calls it out. Decent shot. Good pass. Another good pass. Maybe just a little bit too close to the defense. Everything's looking decent right now. Good bump. Good pressure right now. A little bit close there, Chan. But it sort of worked. Except Rockstar 50'd you. Crypto. This is gonna sound really rude. Like I said, I'm not trying to pick on anybody. But the only time you really want to stop is if you're sitting in back, like in net, waiting for a shot. That's about the only time you want to stop. You very rarely want to back up. Backing up is a very situational thing, but it very rarely is the best choice. So, coming right here and stopping and then backing up kills all of your momentum, and you're going to be slow to whatever you try. Rather than stopping and backing up, just kind of make like little loops. You know, like you're coming in right here, and the ball doesn't go anywhere, so you're waiting. From where you're at right now, with Chan going in there, you could probably just start to turn left a little bit. And then as you see that happen right there, you'll probably want to turn around so you have a better position. You could turn this way if you wanted to go into a shadow, but stopping and reversing is something you should rarely do. Because now you're in a really awkward position. If you had just kept driving to the wall, and especially if you had already rotated back to the corner, you could have been there a lot faster. Good defense. So that was... I think that was all three errors at the same time. There should have been a better communication here. With Rockstar coming... So, rotation error. I think Rockstar turned a little too fast. I think Rockstar should have come a little wider over here. Communication error because you guys both went for it. Yeah, Chan, I think... game froze again. From where you're at right here, you see him going for it. Rotate a little wider and maybe onto the back wall rather than turning and coming into net this way. Because you're in the front post and you're kind of in a bad position. And then Rockstar wants to rotate a little bit wider. And then a communication error because you guys, you know, both kind of committed for it. And then a mechanical error because there's just a miss. So hopefully that all made sense. But yeah, I think Rockstar should have rotated a little wider. There should have been a faster call out, and Chan maybe rotated a little wider to the back wall. What happened here? I don't really know about that kickoff. So let me show you guys something about kickoffs. I know you guys all have your own kickoff strategies, and you've probably done them a lot, so they're muscle memory, but I'm going to show you a couple easy ones that get the job done, okay? Probably the easiest kickoff that has the most options without changing very much is this, what I call the scrub killer kickoff. You will boost right off the bat, turn slightly. You don't want to be directly facing the ball. You want to be facing kind of to where if you go straight, you're going to hit the ball directly on the this side of the ball. So directly opposite the goal is where you want to be aiming. So off of kickoff for the corner, you're going to boost, turn a little bit. Right after you get this boost pad, you're going to front flip. You're going to land about right here. And then this is where you get to choose what you want to do because there's several options here. But you're always going to jump to the ball. Now you can either side flip left into the ball. That would be usually a winning kickoff. That would be like a win to the left style kickoff, or maybe over top. So you come in, you land, you jump again, and you flip that way into the ball. The other option is to hit the ball a little bit on this side and then flip this way. And that one is really good if that guy is coming for the kickoff because you can help to push it along this way. But if you're doing the head-on kickoff with the other guy, if you hit it and flip just right, you can get it behind them and this way. There's also potential for a back corner kickoff where you go for it and then you get right here like you're going to side flip into it, but instead you side flip away from it. But you have to make sure you make contact with the ball before you flip away from it. That way you're hitting it into them, and that's what would happen if they weren't there. But because they're there, it's going to go behind you. Or you can always do what I do right now for a back corner kickoff and do the side flip kickoff, but just do it late. So instead of side flipping with your corner into the ball, go slightly past the ball and then side flip with your side into the ball, and it should graze behind you to the corner. But you're always going to want to flip for the ball, because I saw in that one Rockstar just boosted for the ball and they're going to beat you to it. You have to flip for it. The wave dash kickoff was really hard. I wouldn't really recommend it because it's easy to mess up, but something like that. But it's really difficult to get right every time. Now from this kickoff, everybody pretty much does the same thing. Boost, turn left a little bit, and then diagonal flip toward the ball. Or boost, turn left a little bit, and then turn straight and front flip. Either one work. You just have to make sure you jump early enough so that you have height when you connect with the ball. So that's what the winning side flip looks like. Here's what the other winning side flip looks like. More like this. And then the two back corner kickoffs look like this. Go past the ball and side flip. Or side flip away from the ball like that. Those are just some ideas for you guys to play around with. Try them out. A lot of them work. It just takes a little bit of getting used to. So yeah, that last game, there was a lot of errors with it. Obviously, you know, you guys lost it 0-6, so you have to expect that I'm going to be able to find a lot. Hopefully that helped, though. If you guys have this replay, Crypto, I know you do, watch it back and look for the things I'm talking about from your perspective to see if you can understand what it'll look like from game. I can't really go through everybody's perspective because it would take way too long. That's why I did it in fly mode. But if you have the replay, I'll upload it with this video. Download it, go to your perspective, watch the whole game, and when I point out something that you've done, watch what the game looks like. That way you can recognize the situation in the future and know what to do. So with that, I will end this, edit it real quick, throw it up on Google Drive. I'll try to get a couple of these done, and hopefully they help. Give me some feedback about them. Let me know if you agree, disagree with what I'm saying. Try not to defend everything you're doing, because I can't see I can't hear you guys' comms, and I can't see everything. So I may make like 1 or 2 wrong calls where what you did was actually right and it just didn't work out. That's fine. I'm just trying to give you a general idea of what every situation should result in. So I will see you guys next time we play.